What's good, people? Hope you're well. 12th man's back. Arsenal talk is back. Transfer news shows is back. And you know what? I'm going to try and do something every day on Arsenal, but also bring back some of the morning shows soon as well, because the transfer window's open. And although you wouldn't know it if you're an Arsenal fan, there's definitely a lot of rumours. And that's all we're getting. Manchester United are moving, Liverpool are moving, Manchester City are moving. Hopefully Arsenal are moving, because we need to. And there's going to be a bit of a chat about what we're going to be discussing, which of course is the striker situation at Arsenal. We're also going to be talking about what that might mean moving forward for how Arsenal might set up, and why I think the player who I want, of course, everyone knows, Victor Gyokeres, is the right player for the club. We're also going to talk a little bit more about some of the other news that's happening in and around the club, because it isn't just a striker we're interested in. And I need to see some players. I really do. I need to see some players coming in now. We can't muck around. We can't start messing about. We can't start dilly-daddling. Got to get these players in. Big up to everyone that is here. Do me a favor. Today's show is sponsored by Match Bingo. Now, I don't know if you're aware of Match Bingo, but the link is in the description. And it is a really good app to get. It's a free app. Make sure you download it. All you got to do is click on the link in the description, scan the QR code, or there's a link in the live section now of the comments. I just need 10 of you to hit that button and download the app. That's what I need. Just 10 people. That's all I need for today. I think that's a realistic target for this show. Download the app. You've got to use it by the link. We're sponsored by Match Bingo. Match Bingo have been brilliant. And do you know what I like about it is when you play it, you literally get, I think they're doing 4 cards and 1 free at the moment. You watch the game and it does it all for you. So you get a bingo card. It might say throw in. It might say substitute. It might say VAR call. It might say offside. It might say goal from a corner or a headed goal. It will give you different options on a bingo card. All you've got to do is let it run. And then you can look at it at halftime and think, I only need 2 for a bingo or a full house. So make sure you do it. It's really good. I know the season's finished, so it might be a bit odd to promote it now, but we have still got Club World Cup coming up. We've got the World Euros coming up. We've got the Nations League coming up. And I mean the Euros, the Women's Euros, of course. So please make sure that you get it downloaded, people, in time for next season. It's really good. Scan the QR code, or of course, click on the link in the description. People asking what's happening. Have you moved house? No, I haven't moved house. I'm decorating. The walls are drying, so I can't hang anything up on them at the moment. So we are decorating. And big up to everyone that's in the chat. I hope you're all doing well. Queens of Boss says, greetings from Florida. Big up, man. And welcome from over there. Let us know in the chat where you're from, actually. That's something that I actually do not look at enough on the analytics. Where are you all watching from? Just the country. Don't give me your road names or your addresses. Yeah, please don't. I always think that's quite interesting to see where people are from. LA, big up to you, bro. Hope you're well. L. Cardiff, big up to you. Jake, Woolwich, Jacob, Tampa, Away NTV, big up to you. Cayman Islands, oh wow, big up to you, Mark. Hope you're well. Where else we got? Brighton from Chris, Red Smoke. Hope you're well, bruv. Hope you're good. England, thanks for that, CJ. Lord of Voodoo, Liverpool. We've got Canada. We've got London, Ghana. Big up to you, Arsenal Perspective. Hope you're well. Antigua and Barbuda. Brilliant. Julian, big up to you. Potter's Bar. Got Antigua again. Heard you moved to Tottenham, bro. Definitely not. Southampton, big up to you. Garth, Jamaica. My love. Luxembourg. Malaysia. Cambridgeshire. Switzerland. Wolves, Sweden. Colchester, big up to Chazza in the house. Hope you're well, Charlie. Sweden, in Stockholm. Do you know what? I'd love to go. I absolutely love to go to Stockholm. I hear great things. Texas, Sunderland, Lewisham, Bosnia, Albania, Milton Keynes. Wow, people really are coming from everywhere here. We've got Africa, we've got Sweden, Dublin, Israel, Torquay, Hertfordshire, Florida, Stockholm, Yorkshire, Sheffield, Luxembourg. Oh my God, so many. Big up to all of you guys, man. I really appreciate it. Someone's put sack this manager is where I'm from. Big up to you, man. Listen, people, thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. We're going to be talking all things Arsenal. Make sure there is at least 10 of you this stream that has clicked on that live link in the comment section and has downloaded Match Bingo. That's all I need today, and I'll be happy. Hit like, subscribe, and get the app. And you know what? We're done. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyway, let's move, because we're not here just to talk about Match Bingo. We're not here just to talk about likes and subscribes, although that helps. And I would appreciate you helping me out there. All I need is to talk about this transfer window. It is open. Some people don't believe that it's open, but trust me, it is open. And we're going to start with a little bit of AFC stuff, because I do like to take a look at what they're saying. And I am excited by one man, and it is Andrea Berta. It is the only reason that I have a little bit of hope this kind of window, really. I wouldn't have the hope if it was the old regime of Edu and Jason Ato. I wouldn't really have much hope if Vinay was still here. But I feel like now, forget about them. Let's move towards Andrea Berta, who I think means business. Now, Sky Sports' Damesh Sheffer says there's more certainty in Arsenal's executive structure following the appointment of Andrea Berta. As a result, Arsenal are expected to be very decisive in this transfer window, and I would expect them to get their business done efficiently. Now, let me understand this, right? Let me understand this. If we are doing things quickly, robustly, ruthlessly, and effectively, efficiently, we have nothing to worry about, right? But we do, because it's Arsenal. So always going to worry. And until we see it on the Arsenal website when they're holding a shirt, we all know that it drags out. It took us in the summer, 8 weeks to sign Marino and nearly 12 to sign Calafiori. I don't know how it takes this long. I've never understood why it takes this long and how it takes this long, but it does. So we have to be realistic. But at the same time, I do expect us to get business across the line. Now, we know there's a few signings already. We know there's a few players already. And we know there's potentially a few contracts already that we've discussed previously. Those contracts are up for renewal. They are being discussed about having 2 or 3 years left at the club. And also new players, Zubimendi, striker, winger. We know the positions, right? So if we know that already, surely this will be a smooth window. You'd love to believe that this would be a smooth window, but this is Arsenal. Now, Andrea Berta, just quickly, I honestly believe, and I said this today with Turkish and Curtis, it's going to drop tomorrow, I think, Supporters Club. Me, Turkish and Curtis were chatting on AFTV about this. I don't look at the striker of Sesko and the midfielder of Zubimendi as deals that I put towards Berta if they happen. Now, of course, we don't know if Zubimendi and Sesko are 100% going to be wearing Arsenal shirts in the summer, but they're the rumours so far. I don't put them on Andrea Berta. I think they're Mikel Arteta signings. And in fact, I think they're Edu Vinay and Jason Ato signings, because I think those deals have probably been agreed gentlemanly in the winter transfer window to say, look, you're coming in the summer. But it's what happens after that. If we bring in a goalkeeper and a defender and a winger and an attacking midfielder, which everybody's crying out for in those positions, Andrea Berta's the guy I'm looking at for that. And I just like his aura. I like everything about him. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun too early because the guy's not done anything yet, right? But I've got to be honest. I like what I see so far. I like the fact that he's present. I like the fact that he's fairly involved in the front row seating of the stadiums. He comes on the pitch and congratulates Mikel Arteta when we win, or he's there. You can see him. You can visibly see him. I like that. I like that presence. I think he's got something about him. He's got an aura about him that I like. So that's a good start for me. You know, when you see some people and you think, not sure he knows what he's doing in, or he's not quite sure that he's really come across too well there. I like everything about Andrea Berta. And it's not just his CV I like. It's actually, since he's come into Arsenal, I like the murmurings. I like the noise I'm hearing about him. So for me, I hope it's a successful appointment. I pray that it's a successful appointment. So that's the first bit of news. The next bit of news is about our left winger. Now, I'm hearing quite a lot about Leroy Sane being a bit of load of rubbish, if I'm honest. I don't like the fact that Leroy Sane is being linked with Arsenal, because I just see it as someone who's a little bit quicker than Raheem Sterling, but his time's done. I don't think this is a needle mover. I think he's a very good player and he'd be a good squad player, but I don't think he's coming in to take the helms of the position of Martinelli or Trossard. But Damer Chef is saying that Sane's been mentioned, but it appears that the link is more a case of Sane being offered to clubs rather than clubs outwardly going out to try and sign him. That would make sense. That would make sense. Him and his agent are trying to find him a club. I don't think Arsenal are set for him. I think we're one of the clubs that will be looking at him. But I genuinely don't think that Arsenal are all out to sign him. Obviously, we're going to get linked because he's ex-City and Arteta knows him. But when he was at City, I would have taken him at 24. But at 29, I'm not sure that he's my cup of tea, personally. So that's the Sane news. There's also quite a lot of news and reports about the striker situation at Arsenal. Now, we've got to be realistic about it. None of us have a clue. None of us know if it's going to be Gyokeres or Sesko. Or is it going to be Hugo Ekitike or Osimhen? Or is it going to be, I don't know, maybe Jonathan David or Julian Alvarez? No one knows, right? No one has a clue. All we can go by is the information that we hear. And if I'm honest with you, I think we're going to see this one pan out quite some time yet. Gyokeres is the guy that the majority of the fan base seem to want. Benjamin Sesko is the one that would not excite the fans, but I won't say that he would be one that I look at and go, wow, he's an absolute disaster, but certainly he's not someone that I look at yet and go, wow. But Sami Mokbel apparently has suggested that we're looking at both. Now, before we start getting too excited, let's actually look and read about what it says, because I don't think it actually says we're going to be signing both. Looking at both and signing both is very, very different, right? Very different. So apparently Sami Mokbel has said that Arsenal are working towards confirming the frameworks of both Gyokeres and Sesko before deciding which to proceed with. The price is key. While Sesko has near universal backing at the club, Gyokeres is more economical. So Sami Mokbel has suggested that economically, can't believe we're talking about money, but we're going to be because it's a business now, football. Economically, the Gyokeres deal suits us better. And I don't know if that's because he's a little bit cheaper wage-wise or he's a little bit cheaper as a player from Sporting. I think Sesko is going to be more expensive to buy, but would probably want less wages. From my understanding, Gyokeres is probably going to want fairly high wages. Look, I could be wrong there. They could be on a similar deal. And I think I'd expect them to both be. Whoever's coming into the club ain't going to ask for 90k a week, are they? They're going to ask for 200k a week at least. So I look at the scenario of these two, and I do think it's got to be Gyokeres. Now, I can appreciate that both strikers are wanted by different sections of the fan base. Some people like what Sesko has. I saw something today that suggested that they wanted Gyokeres, and then it found out that the fan base believe it's probably more like Sesko, and then all of a sudden they want Sesko. The fans will go with whatever Arteta wants, it seems. There's a section that just follow him around and believe that whatever he does goes. So now, because Arteta wants him, I want him. Well, that ain't worked for 5 years, has it? We haven't won anything. So we now have to allow somebody else to get involved and help him and assist him. Now, I've got nothing wrong with Mikel Arteta wanting players. I think it should be that way round, that players and managers should be the way it is. But Berta needs to get involved heavily and say, I understand you want him, but you want him because he's the profile of this, right? Well, I can get you someone better of that profile. That's what now needs to happen. And I think that should be happening with what's going on with Sesko and Gyokeres. You want the guy that could be ready in 5 years, but actually this guy's doing it now. He's 6 years older and he's going bang, 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 bang. This guy is going bang, ming, miss, 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 bang, miss, 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 bang, miss, 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 bang. You look at Gyokeres, he's absolutely on fire in terms of leaving him dead in the water for stats. You look at what Gyokeres has done, over 50 goals this season. I think Sesko's got about 18. So he scored over 40 goals more. So I've got to be honest, I really hope that it's Gyokeres that we go for. But it sounds like here, not we're buying both, because a lot of people are saying, why don't we just go and get both? I don't think it is that. I think we're looking at agreeing terms with both of them so that we can then decide after they're happy to join Arsenal who we actually want. Now, I wouldn't have any problem personally, right, with Gyokeres and Sesko both coming to Arsenal. That'd be fine. But we'd have to sell Havertz and Jesus because they ain't going to be sitting there as third and fourth choice. That ain't going to happen. Yeah. The other thing that we could do is get both if we've got the money, and then you leave Leipzig with Sesko for a season. That's what you could do. And then next season, when Jesus goes, you have Sesko behind Gyokeres and Havertz is a squad player to rotate in a few versatile positions, or you leave him, you let him go. But I just don't feel like that's the case. Bradley, big up to you, man. I did see you in the chat. This is hilarious. Who's got the better XG though, Dan? That's all we care about, right, Brad? Do you know what I mean? That is literally all we care about. We had better XG compared to Liverpool and Villa against PSG. Do we win a trophy for that? Honestly, man, I don't get it. I don't care about this XG thing, man. I've literally got no interest in this XG thing, one iota. I don't care about any of it. Because what XG does is it basically allows you to believe that, as I said last night, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. Did we win the Champions League? Nah, we were a bit turd in that. Well, let's roll it in glitter and say that we had the best XG and it was better than Liverpool, Villa, and all the others. Get out of here. Just get out of here, man. Honestly, I don't get any of that crap. It just annoys me, man. 1.1k in the building. Only 200 likes. Hit that like and subscribe button, people. Come on, let's do this. 1,000 likes on these videos. That's what we're getting at the moment. So let's try and keep that going. If we can get 1k every day, that rhymes. 1k every day, that'd be good. So let's get the likes up, please, people. Much appreciate that. Okay. Let's listen to it, shall we? Because everyone's been talking about it. It's kind of an elephant in the room at the moment. I don't know what you guys hear or think of the following comments. But Victor Gyokeres was on FaceTime and Swedish reporters, a former teammate of him FaceTimed him. And a lot of people have gone, interesting comments. Some people have said it's all rubbish. Some people have said it's just banter. Some people have said it's how Norwegians or Scandinavians talk, and it's all like, yeah, cool, calm. But let's be real. It does sound very interesting. So let's watch it, shall we? Let's see if I can put the, volume up on this one so that you can actually hear what they say. But actually, it's subtitled anyway, so you should be able to hear it. So here we go. Let's take a listen to this now.
Vad är alternativet då?
Let me hold it.
Men altså, jeg lurer jo på, jeg vet du ikke kan si så mye om det, Victor, men altså, hvor havner du i løpet av sommeren? Kan du gi oss et lite hint? Blir det Arsenal? Hva er alternativet da?
Vi får se. Det är ingen som jag önskar kunde säga något roligare svar.
Ja, men
det blir det svaret alltid.
Ja, jag skönner det.
Ja, men du, Victor, jävla kjekt å prate med deg, og så snakkes med. Og så melder du med når det er ordnet og signert ned i Arsenal.
Ja da.
Yes. Finen. Ok, kos deg. Ha det, gubben.
Ha det, fra Bernt her.
So, text me when everything is sorted down at Arsenal. That's what it just said. Lil Tim said he didn't see the ending. Did anyone else see the ending? Now, a lot of people are saying it's banter, it's nothing, it's how they say it. Yeah, all good. Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, cool, whatever. I don't know. Look, it could be nothing. Of course, we blow things up in the Arsenal fan base, don't we? Yeah? It could be absolute naff. Could be rubbish, could be guff. It could be absolute load of rubbish. But when he said at the end, text me when things are all sorted out of Arsenal, that sounds pretty interesting to me. And there's a lot of rumours suggesting that Arsenal have agreed personal terms with him. So, look, I don't want to get too over the top with it. I don't want to get too giddy. We'll probably end up with neither of them at this rate. But let's see where we go. I think Victor Gyokeres is the guy we should be getting. If he does not come to Arsenal and he goes to England and he goes to Chelsea or Manchester United or, dare I say it, Liverpool, I'll be absolutely devastated. I wouldn't be devastated if they got Hugo Ekitike or Sesko, but I would. I absolutely would be pissed if they got Victor Gyokeres. That's for sure. Again, on Leroy Sane, it appears that Sane's chances of signing a new contract at Bayern Munich are slim, and Arsenal have now taken concrete steps in signing the player. Sane wants to stay close to his family, and therefore a move to London appeals to him. So there's a couple of conflicting rumours and suggestions about left wingers, but we'll come on to that in a bit. Let's be real. This Gyokeres thing at the moment, I kind of pray that there is something to that. All we can do is share information, right? Does that mean he's signing for Arsenal? No, it doesn't, right? But it's a very interesting conversation. It's a FaceTime with him that actually is him. I don't know who the other two are, but they're obviously very close with him. One of them is an ex-teammate of his. The other one is clearly some sort of media reporter. And they're talking about the move to Arsenal. And Arsenal keeps getting mentioned. He says, I can't say anything yet. Then right at the end, he says, text me when it's sorted down at Arsenal. He says, haha, yeah, sure. So, I don't know. Could be banter. Could be nothing in it. I hope there's something in it. And I hope that it's going to be Victor Gyokeres that we are genuinely interested in. Because that's the one we all want, right? Everybody has said they want him. 1.2K in the building. Hit the likes, people. Hit subscribe. Let's do this. Hit the like if you want Victor Gyokeres. Make sure that you've scanned the QR code or hit the link in the live comment section, which is pinned to the comments now in the live comment on the live chat. Make sure you click on that and get Match Bingo downloaded, because that's what we need to do today. I need 10 of you to download it. So let me know in the chat once you've done it so that I'm aware of what you've done. So look, people will be laughing. People will be taking a mick now. Oh, Arsenal fans think Gyokeres signing because he's laughing at the end of his mate about signing for Arsenal. But you've got to share info, right? You've got to discuss it. It's what's been put up there. And, well, that's what the channel's about, discussing news and rumours. And that's the rumour at the moment. Victor Gyokeres. I look at the comparisons so much, and I just don't understand how anybody can believe they want Sesko ahead of Gyokeres. It's the same equivalent, right, of saying, I'd like a fast car, please. Would you like that Porsche 911? Or would you like that Ford Focus? I think I'm going to go for the Ford Focus, actually. You wouldn't, would you? You go get the Porsche 911. Like, that's where I'm at for me. A Ford Focus is quite a nice new motor, right? Brand new. But it ain't a Porsche 911. And that's the comparison for me. I don't think they're close. I don't think that it's like, I'll just go with him. I think it's like that. And it's like, do you want this guy or do you want the guy who might score you a few goals but probably won't be much different to Havertz? You go and get the guy who's smashing it. Yeah? You go and get the guy that's absolutely smashing it. Someone that's a terrible analogy. No, it's not. This guy is absolutely levels clear of Sesko. Like levels. Who else is doing this in Europe? There's nobody else doing it in Europe. He's got the most goals. There's no one else doing it. This is like nowhere near level, in my opinion. So, like, you go and get the one who's ready now, yeah? Or do you go and get the one that might be ready in 5 years? I don't want to wait 5 years, people. And it's time now to go and get these marquee signings. Because we actually used to sign better players when we were in the Europa League, you know. Like, think back to the Arsene Wenger and Unai Emery days. I know people think they were cringe and it was awful, even though we won more than we do now. But apparently it's nice around the place now, so it's better, even though we're not winning anything. Let's be real. We signed players that were 30 million, 40, 50, 60, 70, Pepe. We signed those marquee signings that at the time we thought were marquee. Some of them didn't turn out to be great. When we're in the Europa League. So we signed Kieran Tierney, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, all for like between 25 and 50 mil. Partey, Erdegaard, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe. These players were coming in the Europa League. Since we've got back into the Champions League, we've signed Declan Rice as a marquee signing, but it wasn't one that you looked at that's like, well, that's going to win you the league. He was just a very good midfielder that we needed at the time massively. Timber was a good signing, but other than that, if we had any that you'd go, wow, Raya isn't a wow signing from Brentford's keeper. Havertz wasn't a wow signing. Calafiori wasn't. Neither was Marino. Sterling and Neto definitely wasn't. So why is it that we look at these players in the Europa League thinking, let's go get the marquee ones? And we haven't since we got back into the Champions League for the third year this will be now. So it's time. It's time to go and get them. It's time to deliver. It's time to go and get these players now. I hate the fact that we're sitting there thinking, oh, wouldn't mind him for 30 million at left centre-back. Wouldn't mind getting him for 20 million in goal. I want to go and get the marquee signings. I want to go and get Victor Gyokeres. I want to go and get Rodrigo. I want, if he's available, Alex Baena or Eze to walk through the door. Personally, I would have liked to have seen us go and got Brian Mbeumo, but it looks like Mbeumo is going to go to Manchester United. I'd love us to go and be all over Reinders, but Manchester City again. I'd love us to be going for Florian Wirtz. These are the sort of marquee signings I'd like. You're not going to sign them all, but at least be involved in those conversations. It doesn't seem like we are at the moment. So if Rodrigo is not going to leave Real Madrid, at least put a bid in to try and show some ambition, to try and show you're interested in him. If he gets rejected, he gets rejected. Like LB was on last night. They got rejected with Florian Wirtz. No problem. They've gone and got Ryan Shirky. They're going to go and get Reinders. They're probably going to go and get Morgan Gibbs-White. They've moved on already. Move on with it. So that's where I'm at. I want to see Gyokeres and I want to see Rodrigo. They're the first two names that I want. They're the ones I want big time. And I think those two are needle movers. They make City and Liverpool go, shite. We've got a good squad, but they've just caught us up. That's what I want to be seeing, man. Do you think Liverpool, Manchester City are going to go, oh, who are Arsenal getting? They're looking at getting Nico Williams and Sesko. Right. Who else? No, that's it. Oh, and Zubimendi. But nothing up top, no. No. Okay, cool. So it's us and City going for it then, yeah? Yeah, it looks that way. That's what I don't want. I don't want that. I want them to be shaking, going, oh, no. They got Gyokeres. They've got Rodrigo. They've got Zubimendi. They've got Eze. They're moving mad. Arsenal are serious. That's what I want to be seeing, man. That's what I want to be seeing. Or Lookman's another one, if we can't get Rodrigo. This is what I mean. So, look, there's going to be a lot of people disappointed if we get Sesko. Now, I'm not saying he's going to flop. I'm not saying it's going to be a disaster. He might go get 20 goals. But the pressure is he needs to deliver. Gyokeres does as well, but I have more faith that he will deliver. Sesko, I think it's going to be harsh on a 21, 22-year-old to be asked to get us across the line when he hasn't really done it for Leipzig. Openda's been better than him. He hasn't managed to get Leipzig to the Champions League this season. It's not looking great for him, if I'm honest. It's not been great. Greetings from Florida. We did that one. Suj, big up to Dan in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. Suj, you're a legend. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, people. There's 1.4K in here. Make sure you either scan the QR code on screen or you click on the link for Match Bingo in the description. Get it downloaded. It's a free app and you will love it. Trust me, there's unbelievable opportunities to win some great prizes. I just need 10 people to click on that and press download. That's all I need you to do. It's free. Don't even have to use it if you don't want to. I just want to get these guys helped because they've been fantastic Match Bingo for us. And I want to make sure that we are helping them out as well. So please make sure you do that. Taryn says, why don't we sign Gyokeres now? And then in 5 years' time, see if Sesko is the guy at 26 or 27 and go buy and sell Gyokeres. Striker comes by so often. Okay, look, Taryn, if I'm honest with you, a lot of people have said to me about getting both and then leaving one of them out on loan. Obviously, you wouldn't be leaving Gyokeres, you'd be leaving Sesko out. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I think for me, going and buying Sesko in 5 years' time, you might be able to do that. Yeah, he might be at another club and he might be smashing it, but let's hope that Gyokeres is the guy that we're worried about smashing it and Sesko's just going and doing it somewhere else that we're not really too bothered about. Because if you go and get Gyokeres, you don't have to worry about Sesko. You really don't, man. MB says, from Maltai says, everyone's on about the strikers. Where's Zubimendi? That should have been done by now. Okay. So Cunha was done early. I expected Zubimendi to have been done in the first couple of days of the window. And we're there now. I expect it to happen. We were told there was agreement of a medical. Haven't heard anything since then. We've got to get it across the line. It's not the one that everyone wants to hear first because everyone wants a striker, but at the same time, Zubimendi has been spoken about quite some time. ESEK says, my interpretation regarding Gyokeres video is that there's unfortunately nothing in it. He's just being mysterious. For your information, I live in Sweden. So it's really interesting you say that because there's a few people I knew that speak Swedish or from Norway or from Scandinavia saying, we all speak in that way. We all have a banter. We all have a laugh. He's being mysterious. It's banter. It's nothing to read into. But we have to share it, right? We have to discuss it and get your thoughts on it. I thought it was very interesting to get people's opinions on it. So let's see what happens. Zubimendi, is he coming? I truly believe he is. I truly believe. I don't know when he'll be signing. A lot of people asking when he's going to be signing. I actually don't know. If I'm honest, I actually really don't know when he's going to be signing. I don't know if it's going to be in the next couple of days or couple of weeks, but my understanding is that he's going to be an Arsenal player. The medical's been set. It looks like he's going to be coming to Arsenal. The release clause, the player has agreed fee and agreed terms. It doesn't look like this one's going to slip. There was a lot of reports suggesting that Real Madrid and Barcelona were interested, but it looks like Arsenal have sewn it up. According to Sami Mokbel and David Ornstein, it's been done for quite some time. And Mikel Arteta is a big fan of him. So if you believe in Arteta, like some of you do, then you'll be happy with Zubimendi. One thing I will say about Thomas Partey quickly, and I did mention this last night, if he does go, you can argue with downgraded in midfield again. And this is the problem we've got. I need another creative spark in that midfield. That's either going to be a box-to-box killer like Reinders, or he's going to be an absolute killer in attacking midfield like Alex Baena, Florian Wirtz, or of course Eze. Now, it's not going to be Wirtz because he's going to Liverpool. Baena doesn't look like he's for sale from Villarreal. And then you look at Eze. And that's where I want to go next. I think the balance of this midfield is massive. I think it's key. I've got to be honest. And I think this guy can come in and do a job. Not just in midfield, but on the left-hand side as well. And we spoke a little bit about it last night. And it isn't just Arsenal that are interested. Manchester City, we understand, are interested as well. They're interested also in Morgan Gibbs-White and Ryan Cherky. Sounds like they're going to sign both of those. But for me, when I look at the scenario of Eze, I think it just makes sense. I don't know why it wouldn't. He can come in and play in a number of positions. He can cover for Saka. He can cover for Ødegaard. He can start over Ødegaard. He can start on the left, or he can cover on the left. I think Eze is an absolute natural. And I do think he can play in the left attacking 8 as well, you know. So I'm a fan of this signing because of so many key elements of his game in terms of his attributes, his speed, his pace, his power, his ability to shoot and score goals. He's got technical ability. It's a joy to watch. What more is there to say? This guy's got to come to Arsenal. Like, he has to, right? He has to. Big up to Chris. I hope you're well, Chris. And I hope you're enjoying your summer, mate. Red Smoke says Sesko won't bench Havertz. Gyokeres will. And we all know the love Arteta has for Havertz. This is my other problem as well, bruv, because Mikel Arteta has to hold his hands up and say, I've got this one wrong if he signs Gyokeres, because it's now going to sit Havertz on the bench and people are going to go, why is he on so much money? He's going to have to hold his hands up and say, it's been a failed signing for me. I thought he was going to come into our midfield and absolutely light it up, upgrade on Granit Xhaka and score our goals like Frank Lampard did for Chelsea. Unfortunately, he's now become a backup 9. And that's hard to accept for a manager who brought him in as a key marquee signing alongside Declan Rice, who he thought was going to transform the midfield, and it didn't. So it failed. And what's even scarier is he brought in Rice as the 6 and Havertz in the 8, and he's playing neither of them in the 6 or the 8 anymore. So he's playing Rice in the 8 and Havertz in the 9. It's crazy, really. He seems to like new positions for people, Arteta. He doesn't come in and just go and get a prolific 9. He gets a false 9 that can play in midfield. He doesn't go and get a proper number 6. He goes and brings in a 6 and goes, he's actually the 8 I need. You know, I'm going to go and get a centre-back and play him at right-back. I'm going to go and just go and get players who play in their natural position. That's where I'm at. A lot of people talking about Adam Wharton. Big up to Harvey in the chat. Adam Wharton, I'm hearing, is probably going to stay at Palace, but if he does go anywhere, it'll be Liverpool. Which is just a madness if they get him as well. But I think he's going to be a lot of money. I think we're talking like 90 mil. Palace have got some brilliant players. In fact, I think if you was to actually bring the 11 to Arsenal that Palace have, you'd have an unbelievable squad. Because I'm a big fan of the majority of their back 4. I think Tariq Mitchell and Daniel Munoz are good fullbacks. I like Maxence Lacroix's partnership with Bart Gehi. Adam Wharton is a baller. Big fan and always have been of Will Hughes, to be fair. I think he can bring something different to Crystal Palace at times. Had a very good season there. Eze, I've mentioned. I think he's quality. And Mateta. And I think Sarr's been a good signing as well, to be fair. So Palace have got a good side. And a lot of their recruitment is done from the Championship. You know, Dougie Friedman has come in and transformed the way that they look at transfers now. So I'm a fan of Palace. And I know there's rumours today they're going to be chucked out of Europe, but I just don't believe that. I just think that would be incredibly harsh. I don't quite understand what it's all about, but you know, that's where we're at right now. So Eze would be a good signing. He really would. And there's a lot of rumours that a left winger is the one we're looking at. And I don't quite know who it's going to be. But today, Nico Williams has done the rounds yet again. And it does sound like Nico Williams is the guy that Mikel Arteta wants. Again, if this is to happen, I won't blame Berta for it. It will be solely on Mikel Arteta. But apparently Sky Sports are suggesting that Arsenal intend to back Mikel Arteta in the transfer window by bringing in Nico Williams or, of course, Leroy Sane, who we mentioned earlier. Now, if I'm honest, out of these two, I actually would prefer Nico Williams because I feel like at 21, 22, Nico Williams has got that kind of potential to be really good when he's lit up the Euros and he's had his kind of, whereas Sane's had his day. He's just had his time. I just think, as much as I want win-now players, I don't think Leroy Sane is a win-now player. I think he's kind of coming to the end, if I'm honest. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I've never loved Sane. I've never looked at Leroy Sane and thought, wow. I've looked at him and thought, he looks good. But I never looked once at City and thought, my God, I see a Hazard there, or I see a Pires there, or I see a Giggs there. Even a Mane, I never saw with Leroy Sane, wow. I don't think Manchester City have looked, if I'm honest, bad without him. I mean, they've won quite a lot without Leroy Sane, right? Good player. Is he an elite level player? Maybe he was a few years ago. Not for me now. I've never looked at Sane and thought, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. I thought, wow, he looks good. But I didn't think, wow. You know, Man City fans are saying, what you want? What you want? I didn't. I thought he was a good player. I thought he was good. I didn't think he was outstanding. I never loved him. I never thought, wow, Man City are foolish getting rid of him. Like, I don't know. Is he going to come in and win Arsenal the league? I don't think he will. I don't think he will. So, look, I think he's had his time. And he's a good player. And he probably still is a good player. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it personally. I'm not feeling that one. A lot of people are saying we should get him, but nah. He's probably better than Martinelli and Trossard. I've no doubt in that. But do you think he's going to be the one that we look at in the next 4 or 5 years and go, that's the one to get us across the line? Are we going to look at it in the next 2 years and go, oh, Sane's got us across the line? He's one. I don't know if he will. Let's just be honest. It reminds me very much of a Raheem Sterling signing. Someone that Arteta knows and used to work with. I don't want any more of those. I've seen enough of them. Jesus, Zinchenko, Sterling, you know, and now Sane. No, thank you. Not for me. Nico Williams is an interesting one because it won't go away. And if I'm honest with you, I'm surprised that we're still talking about these players that have been linked. I had a bit of a vision and I tried to be realistic about who I thought we were going to be signing. And I've got to be honest, the players I thought we were going to be signing are players that Arteta has already identified. And I thought those players were going to be Joan Garcia, Zubimendi, Nico Williams, and Benjamin Sesko. Now, we could get those players. Looks like Joan Garcia is going to go to Barcelona. Zubimendi looks like he's coming. Sesko and Williams, question mark. Because we've been put forward now with names such as Victor Gyokeres, Julian Alvarez, Rodrigo, Eze, I'm still starting to get a bit more excited by thinking, right, Andre Berta's getting involved. Because Mikel Arteta clearly wants those names. Now, I appreciate that when you do that, what you start to do is plan ahead and start to mold your team into how you want them to be playing to suit those players. But there's better players out there than those players, profile-wise. So it's not like we're going to bring in Gyokeres. We've got to change how we're playing because he's nothing like Sesko. He's a better version of Sesko. He's going to be in the box more. He's going to score more goals. He's going to score more type of goals. He might not have the left ping of Benjamin Sesko, but I tell you what, he has got more of an all-round game, more of a prolific striker, more of a gunman, more of a bagsman, more of a killer in the box. That's what we'd be needing, man. That's what we'd be needing. So that's where I'm at. What else we got in the chat? NetTweet says, damn, please don't do this. Where's his shirt? Who are we talking about? Come on, mate. Who are we talking about? I'm talking about Gyokeres, Odie. Yeah, of course. Bloody hell, man. I haven't said Arsenal signed Gyokeres. I've said that he's hinted at Arsenal. That doesn't mean anything. So yeah, I don't know where you're going with that one, NetWeed, but big up to you, bro. I hope you're well. Look, Nico Williams would be a good signing for Arsenal. Would it be a great elite signing? I don't think so. And I appreciate he lit up the Euros, guys, and he won the Euros, and he looked like one of the best players, and him and Yamal killed it. But let's just be real. One, he was playing in an international team that I've seen James Rodriguez kill and do nothing at. I've seen Nico Williams, players like him, deliver in tournaments and do nothing else. We bought Davos Schuka back in '98 because he was the Golden Boot winner, and he was a good player for Arsenal, but he never went on to the next level to be anywhere near a Nelka, Bergkamp, Henry level. So I've seen it all before. I have. I need to get a player on that left-hand side that's going to absolutely kill it. And I think there's only really one option and two maybe options. The one option is Rodrigo. That's the one I want. And the two maybe options are Eze, who can play there. And the only other player that I would take is Lookman. Because Ademola Lookman has been absolutely on smoke the last couple of seasons, man. Obviously, we saw what he did with Atalanta when he got the hat-trick in the final, but then this season he's been good as well. A lot of his numbers are looking pretty good. He's got a little Premier League experience as well. I think he is less of a risk than Rafael Leao, who I'm hearing bad things about mentally and off-the-field stuff. Looks like a beast and a monster and definitely has more strength, but I don't think that Lookman is any worse than him on the pitch. In fact, I think he's better. So I've got to be honest, it's mad. And Mbeumo was not rejected Arsenal. I don't know why people are saying that in the chat. We've never been in for him. He's gone to Manchester United. His funeral. That's up to him if he wants to go there. We've never been in for him, to be fair. So that's where I'm at. But that's Nico Williams, man. That's Nico Williams. Let's see where we go there. I don't know what the score is in relation to Williams long term. So we'll see where we're at with that one. But Arteta clearly loves him. Like Arteta clearly likes him a lot. So does Andrea Berta, I suppose, is what we're going to find out. Does Andrea Berta. Look, there's 1.6k in here. We've only got 425 likes. Let's hit the likes and subscribe, people. Make sure you've hit the link in the live comment, live chat for Match Bingo and download that app. It's absolutely free. I need you guys to do that. So once you've done it, let me know in the chat that you've done it. Thank you very much, people. Thank you very much indeed. Let's take a look a little bit more now, shall we, at some of the other stories. AFC stuff has obviously come out with a couple of bits and pieces, which we're going to go through at the moment. So let's go through this together. Some of this stuff I haven't actually seen up until now. Apparently, Arsenal have dropped out the race to sign one Garcia, or Joan Garcia, I think he's called. They do not consider paying Garcia's £25 million release clause appropriate, while David Raya is the first choice at the club. Do you know what? I'm fine with that. I don't really particularly want to be spending a big chunk of our money on a priority as a goalkeeper backup. And I think Joan Garcia is a good goalkeeper, and apparently he's going to be a great elite level one day, but it makes sense. He goes to Barcelona. A lot of people say he won't go there. He was at Espanyol. Well, let's be real. Players are mercenary. They go wherever, right? So it looks like he's going to Barcelona. We've dropped out. David Raya is our number one. Wouldn't even surprise me if we got in either an experienced head last minute like we did last summer, which was not very exciting, or if we just keep Cole Hine or Setford, or Cole Hine and Setford. Wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. Good goalkeeper. Think he'll do well at Barcelona. From what I hear, he's had a very good season. I think they come about 16th, and he was had ridiculous amount of clean sheets and ridiculous amount of not clean sheets. Man of the match performances is what I'm trying to say. So he's obviously a very talented goalkeeper. He obviously is. Looks there of Podolski and Wenger. Thomas Partey reps. I've had talks with Barcelona. The players so far been unable to agree a new contract to Arsenal. Now, we read this one last night, and I just don't know about this. I think it's fair to say that Saudi Arabia, Barcelona, there's Italian clubs looking as well as Spanish clubs, to say that they're going to be looking at Thomas Partey, because Thomas Partey is a player that, let's just be real, he's ridiculously good. He's won stuff before with Atletico Madrid. I can say it right in a minute. And I think he's been phenomenal for Arsenal. He needs to stay. Yes, he'll be a bench player if Zubimendi comes in, or will he? I mean, he probably will be. But he's been brilliant for Arsenal. Absolutely brilliant. We need to keep these sort of players. I don't like it when we look at these options that we have and you're like, oh, he's been good, but, we need much better than him. I don't think you're going to get much better than Thomas Partey unless you go and buy Rodri, or you go and buy like Busquets level defensive midfielders. Like, that's the next level upgrade on Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey in the Prem is still one of the best in his position. I've got no doubt about it. We're not going to go and get Lavia or Caicedo. You're not going to go and get, Adam Wharton, who's going to come in and get, he's going to be like 90 million. So for me, Thomas Partey, you got to keep him, man. You've got to keep him. You absolutely have to. This was quite interesting. Raheem Sterling's son, Thiago, has joined the Arsenal Academy. Massive congratulations to him. Hopefully he goes on to have the career that his dad's had. Because let's be real, as much as it was a laughable signing for us, he has had a fantastic career, Raheem Sterling. So fair play. This made me laugh. I've got to be honest. The team of the tournament for the Champions League, I don't know how some of these players have got in. I've got to be honest with you. I really don't know how they have. But we'll go through it quickly. Donnarumma, I agree with that. Hakimi, I agree with that. Nunmenj at left back, or Nuno Mendes, is actually Nunmenj, apparently, is how you say it in Portuguese. He clearly is the left back. Bastoni has done enough for me to get in there. If I'm honest with you, out of the two defenders, Marquinhos and Paco, I would probably go with Paco, to be honest. Paco, whatever you call him. But fair play. Vitinha, cool. 100% cold. Pedri's got to get in there, or Ruiz or João Neves have got to get in there. Rice, yep, 2 unbelievable free kicks. Phenomenal. It weren't as good as the PSG boys. That PSG trio is the best in Europe. It has to be in there. Pedri is the only other one I would have said in there. After that, I would have gone for Rice. Yamal has to be in there, to be honest. Rafinha, I kind of get it, but I'm going to go with Kvaratskhelia. And then Dembele. Doué, I suppose, has to be. Yeah. So there's only really Rice and maybe Marquinhos that I disagree with, to be fair. Rafinha, I mean, you could debate it, to be honest. You can debate it. But the PSG trio, let's just be real. I can't believe it's not in that trio is not in midfield. I just cannot believe that. And then it's announcement of the transfer window being open. So look, we've kind of come to an end now of rumors and reports and suggestions. So yeah, let's get some questions to kind of wrap up for the next 10-15 minutes. Whilst you're putting in your questions, make sure you put a Q at the start of it so I know it's a question. Otherwise, I will miss it. Trust me. Doesn't have to be a super chat. If it's a super chat, it'll go to the front of the queue. And we'll go from there. But please make sure you put in some questions for the next few minutes and we'll talk about it. The first question is from Phyllis Food, which says, how about Xavi Simons? I like him, but I would take Eze over him. I would. I think he's a really good player, but I don't know, if I'm honest. Sorry, I'm just trying to star some of these questions we've got coming in. I don't know if Xavi Simons is ready now, if I'm honest. Is he going to be proven in the Premier League? I don't know. I really don't know if he would do that well. I like him, though. I've got a lot of time for him as an individual, technically gifted player. But I don't know, if I'm honest. Let me start to star some of these. Let me get an understanding of what you guys want to ask in the chat, because I haven't done this for a while. And I'd like to try and do it where I can. Okay, I now have 18. Do you know what? I'm going to do 20 questions. Once I get to 20, that'll be enough, because otherwise the stream will go on for about 5 hours. So once I get to 20, that will be all the questions that I will take. So there we go. Okay, we've got 20 questions. They're the ones. Don't put any more questions in. They won't get answered. Okay, wicked. Unless, of course, you want to put in the super chats, they will get answered. They'll go to the front of the queue. So if your question is coming in now, then super chat it and it will come up on the screen. Not that I'm begging for money. I don't do that. I'd like to think you know that I don't do that. So yeah, let's see. Okay. Right, let's take a look at these questions then. Redemption says, thoughts on Liverpool being favourites to get Gyokeres? Now, I've not heard that. Literally just found that out now that you've said it. I don't know if that's true. I have not heard that. I don't think at the moment they're looking at anything other than trying to get Florian Wirtz over the line. They are looking at a striker, but I'm hearing it's probably going to be more Hugo Ekitike. And there was rumours 2 weeks ago that Sesko was on their radar. So let's hope they get Ekitike or Sesko and we get Gyokeres. That's what I really hope. So yeah, let's see what we go with that one. If they do get Gyokeres, Liverpool, alongside Florian Wirtz, Gyokeres and Frimpong, it might be time to accept they're going to get back-to-back. That's for sure. Feel Your Grind says, who are your 3 names for the Ballon d'Or race so far? The 3 names for me are Lamine Yamal, Moussa Dembele, and Vitinha. They're the 3 names, if I'm honest. And not normally Vitinha would be mentioned, but I truly believe he's one of the best midfielders I've seen in recent times, along with Pedri. And I think that the Champions League does it really. Lewis-Skelly could be up there, but because he only come in January, I believe he's probably not going to get there. But I think it will be Dembele, actually, who wins it. I think it will be Dembele who gets it. So, yeah. But they're the 3 that I would say would stand out. But great question. Great question. Amir says, hi, Dan. Who would you sign as a backup for Saka? Now, I don't think we're going to sign a backup for Saka. I think Ethan Nwaneri is going to be that guy. And Max Dowman will be promoted into the squad as well. But if I had to sign somebody, there'd be one of 2 that I would get. Mbeumo, who looks like he's on his way to Manchester United, or Kudus from West Ham. They're the 2 that I would sign. Would they want to be back up? Probably not, which is probably why they're going to go elsewhere. But that's who I would go for. Eze would be another shout for me, 100%. So big up to you, Amir. Hope you're well, mate. Niffin, hope you're well too, bro. Big up. Hope you're good. Says, hi, Dan. Don't you think it's smart to get a few free transfers like Jonathan David is back up if we sell Jesus in January? So I think Jonathan David would be an absolutely perfect backup striker, but he ain't going to come to Arsenal and sit on the bench because we've got Jesus, we've got Havertz, and if we get a Gyokeres or a Sesko, we ain't going to get David as well to have 4 of them. Now, I think it would be good because I'd rather get them than the likes of Jesus and Havertz. And Jonathan David looks like a good player. I think it would be a good signing for Newcastle to back up Isak. That's what I think. So let's see. Glenn, I did just see this, that apparently via Record Portugal, Victor Gyokeres has reportedly decided to sign for a club in England and the Premier League. Now, that is going to be one of 4. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea. Which one is it? I don't think it's Man United. I don't think it's Liverpool because I haven't heard anything at all until just now someone said it's going to be Chelsea or Arsenal. I hope it's Arsenal. I pray. That is what I pray. What about Nipan or Nipan? It sounds like he's going to Villa, mate. So I don't think it's one that Arsenal are looking at. It really isn't someone that I'm looking at at all as coming to Arsenal now. There was reports and suggestions, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening now. So let's see and watch this space. L comes in with the super chats. It goes straight to the top of the queue. Do you think Arteta is planning to spam crosses into Sesko? Or what part of his game do you think Arteta is so interested in? I think he's interested in his attributes physically. I think he's 6'5". He's got the height. He's got the presence. He definitely can head the ball. He's got a really good left ping on him as well, from what I understand. Some of his goals have been quite impressive, to be honest. Somebody today actually compared him to Lewandowski and Suarez. Yeah, let's calm down a little bit. That's for sure. But for me, he's very talented, very technically gifted, from what I understand. But I would want Gyokeres. But big up to you, El. I do think he'll spam in crosses. It was something I saw yesterday, actually, that we've got in our first 11 now an average height of about 6'2", which is great, really. Let's see what happens with that. Yeah, not something I'd be too excited by. Zia comes out with a brilliant question, which says, Dan, do you think that Ødegaard can play in the 8 role? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. And I think he is an 8. I don't think he's a 10 because he doesn't score enough goals. He is not the creative spark like some people think. He's actually the guy before the guy. And I think that Martin Ødegaard in the 8 would allow for the 10 to be absolutely electric. If we was to go and get Florian Wirtz with Ødegaard alongside him and Declan Rice in the 6, I think we'd have an unbelievable midfield. But it looks like we want, for some reason, Ødegaard in the 10. But I think he can play in the 8. I really do think he can play in the 8. So it'll be very interesting. Christian says, would you prefer to sign both strikers or go striker and winger? I prefer to go striker and winger because I'd rather the money go on Rodrigo than another striker. I think Victor Gyokeres and Rodrigo would be 2 unbelievably good signings. And that's the 2 that I think we should be pushing for. So let's see what happens there. Let's see. Big up to you, Christian. Zach says, thoughts on United getting big targets over Arsenal despite no Europe? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I don't think we wanted Cunha. I don't think we wanted Brian Mbeumo. I don't think we wanted... Who else have they signed? Is that what they've signed so far? Unless we're after Mitrovic, like they are, apparently. I don't think they're signing them over Arsenal, Zach. I mean, if you're a United fan, fair play to you. Bless you. I feel for you. Because it's a mess right now for you. But, yeah, I don't think we were in for Cunha. Brian Mbeumo, I think we were looking at, but he certainly wasn't... we didn't put any bidding for him or anything. So, yeah. Don't quite get that one, but maybe you've heard something I haven't. Babatunde says, can football go back to 4-4-2? Look at the team of the season in the Champions League. It was a 4-4-2. Henry and Bergkamp thrived in a 4-4-2 system. Wow. It's my favourite formation. It's my favourite. If I'm honest with you, I'd love to see it go back, but I just don't think it will now. I think Pep Guardiola football has completely crucified 4-4-2. I think it could be brought back into it. I think that it could actually work against Pep's system and some of the other systems, but we just seem so against it. And I'd like to see it brought back. I don't know if it would be brought back at Arsenal with what the attributes we've got. I don't think it would suit our style of play, but I certainly think it would suit some. I think if you look at something like West Ham or Everton or Wolves, maybe even a Newcastle, to be fair, with someone playing off Isak. Oh, what have I got in my eye now? I hate it when it happens. Oh, dear. Okay, next question. If I can get this out of my eye. Okay, this one comes in from, where are we? Jake. Give me 2 seconds, guys, because this is really bugging me now. I don't know what the hell I've got in my eye. But it's really not good. There we go. That's better. Jake says, what will your reaction be if Zubimendi doesn't sign? He backed out before. Yeah, do you know what? This is a really good point, actually. I was speaking about this today with, I think it was Judges and Cecil. There we go. Want to get it right. And they were saying, what happens if he backs out? And Zubimendi does what he did for Liverpool. If I'm honest with you, I personally do not think he will. I don't think he will this time. I just don't think he will. I think we're in a position which is strong enough. And I think Zubimendi will be an Arsenal player. He says, I've said it now. I hope I'm right, man. I hope I'm right. I really do. So yeah, we'll see. But I don't think he will. I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be an Arsenal player. That's what I will say. And I think it's a good signing. So there we go. Okay, let's take a look. What about Osimhen or Lautaro Martinez? The reason I brought this one up is because they're the other 2 names that people have mentioned previously or in the past. We've got 0 links at the moment with either of these 2 players. Osimhen's wage demands are around 400k a week. It's putting people off. I think Saudi is probably more likely for him to go there because, you know, they're going to pay him that. If he does stay local, I think it will probably be somewhere Barcelona or Chelsea maybe. Who's going to be willing to pay him that? I can see that happening. Lautaro Martinez will stay at Inter Milan. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. There's rumours that Inzaghi's leaving, so it could shake things up a bit. But I think he's the captain as well, so I expect him to stay, if I'm honest with you. I really do. Big up to Ronnie. He says, I personally feel the only midfielder we'll sign is Zubimendi. I feel we'll sign a left winger, Sesko, and Gyokeres, and a backup goalkeeper. Thoughts, bro? So I think the only midfielder we're going to sign is Zubimendi. I think the attacking midfield option, though, could be Eze. And then I think the left winger and a striker. I don't think we get both Sesko and Gyokeres, though. So if I had to guess now, I would say realistically, I believe Sesko, Nico Williams, Eze, and Zubimendi. That's what I think it will be. And not that I want it to be that, but I think that's what it will be. So yeah, it could be interesting. Could be very interesting. Listen, people, do me a favor, hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. We've got 550 likes. We need 1,000. So let's make sure we get it up to 1,000 likes. We've got 1.5K in here, which is mad. Please make sure you also click on the live chat. Pinned into the live chat is Match Bingo. Make sure you download that app, please. I need just 10 of you this stream to do it. Once you've done it, I haven't seen anyone yet say they've done that. So please do it. If you can do it after here, that's fine. Scan the QR code up here. Or if you want to, then just make sure that you click on the link in the description or pinned to the comment section of this live chat now. So please make sure you do that, people. Who's live at the moment that we can redirect to? There must be someone that's going live that wants you all over there, you lovely people. Let's see who's live that we like at the moment. Where are we? Who's live? We got Flawless live. Let's go to Flawless, shall we? Let's go to... Oh, is Northside live? Is Northside actually live? Because I'll go to North if he is. Can't even see who's live at the moment. Oh, yeah, Northside's live. Let's do it. Let's go head over to Northside. Go raid him. Go send some love. I'll be back tomorrow, probably in the morning to do a show, and then one in the evening around about 7. We're going to do the Arsenal roundabout, so we'll get all the boys back on again. There's quite a few people coming on as well, so it'll be a real lit show. And we'll talk transfers and we'll get people's opinions of what's happening and where they're going and their thoughts on it all. So let's go to Northside. Where is he? LDN. There it is. Let's go and send some love over to him. So big up to everyone that's here. Massive, massive thank you. Shane, hi Dan, would you take Ekatike over Sesko? I would probably take... Who would I take? I think I would take Sesko just. But I think Hugo Ekatike's got more potential to be more of a winger inside striker. I think Sesko's just a number 9. I think Hugo Ekatike could be a left winger type. I think he could do similarly to Isak, as a younger Isak, I think, actually. But I think Sesko is going to be that kind of number 9. I don't want either. But if I had to pick one, maybe Sesko. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, make sure you hit like and subscribe, people. Go show Northside some love. We're going to get out of here. Make sure you show Match Bingo some love. Do it now. Scan the QR code where it is up there. And make sure you click on the link in the live chat. It will take you straight there now. Make sure you use the link. And then Match Bingo will know that you've come from 12th Man. So please make sure that you click that and do that now. And get it downloaded on your phone. Love, people. We'll see you next time. Go show Northside some love. We're going to raid him now. Dan Potts raid, 12th Man raid. Up to you. Send some love. See you in a bit. Laters.